They need to make Fight Night Champion into a movie. I mean, how has this not broke box office yet? I mean, it's made by EA, who, historically speaking, love making money by any and all, and I mean any and all means necessary. I mean, I don't give a shit if I have to microtransact my bank account to the red and pay $5 for every 10 minutes of this. I would gladly pay to see this story play out in a cinema. Fight Night Champion is one of the rare EA titles where it seems like they actually gave a shit about the story of the game. It's limited, yes, as a strictly boxing game, but it's so much more fun than you'd think. I mean, I only knew about boxing because the Rocky franchise is baked right into my DNA, but only after playing Fight Night Champion, I bought myself a punching bag and gloves, which I used twice. And then I had to quit because I hurt my wrist. Here's how it goes, and once again, I'm going to explain the story bit by bit, and then we'll come together for some thoughts. Hey, if you're here already, I'd love if you subscribe. That's number make up, go happy me. The Champion Mode story follows the boxing career of Andre Bishop and his journey in what is a classic hero's journey, and it's just incredible. And you know what? I'm just going to play this out because it's one of the best intros to a game story of all time.
He caught you with one there, huh? It's okay. It happens. This is boxing after all. It doesn't matter that you got knocked down. You can get him back in the next round. You did the right thing though. You took your time and you got back up. Your father would be proud of you. That's what champions do, Andre. They get back up.
See? I told you, it's fucking sick. We cut to him piecing together what had just happened, and we find he's boxing in a jail, bare-knuckled, fighting a neo-Nazi. And then it cuts to him walking in the shower where he's stopped by two skinheads. A third man hits him with a steel pipe from behind, breaking his arm and knocking him unconscious, barely alive.
I don't want to die in prison. Easy now, son.
They're lucky they left you breathing. It flashes back a whole 4 years and we're at the Amateur World Boxing Championship finals. And a young middleweight boxer named Andre Bishop, that's our guy, he's fighting the 9 times running amateur middleweight champion for the title of amateur champion. Bishop wins and earns himself both the gold medal and the fighter of the games. It's here we can tell Andre he's humble, he's stoic, and he's intelligent. While he's getting interviewed on his championship, his younger brother, his big baby brother, Raymond Bishop, is so excited he grabs the mic from Andre and tells the interviewer he's going to be a star too. So he's a little bit much, and we get that here. In the same arena, famous boxing promoter D.L. McQueen's there, and he announces heavyweight gold medalist Isaac Frost will be fighting professionally under his agency. Even though Bishop won the Fire of the Games, he doesn't care. Not too long after, Bishops are sparring in Gus's gym before they're interrupted by D.L. McQueen and his daughter Megan. Now, in the video game, Megan is DL's daughter, but I would change it up here and make her one of DL's agents. I feel like the daughter thing might lead to people believing that she's been evil the whole time, and we really don't want her to do that. We want her to be similar to DL McQueen, cunning and clever with fighters, but an agent who's smart and morally sound. That's the key difference between the two. So DL wants Megan to manage Andre instead of Gus, who rejects it. Gus is Andre's trainer. This angers D.L. McQueen, saying directly to Andre that he can give Isaac Frost a title shot within 2 years and can do the same under his wing. Andre sides with Gus and rejects him. And then there's one of my favorite exchanges in this video game.
Did this old man ever get your father a title shot?
He was on his way!
The only way to the title is through me.
Not if nobody can beat me.
Oh, you think so? You don't know who you're fucking with.
Dad.
You've been listening to this stupid old man.
Dad.
You don't know who you're fucking with.
We learn Andre and Raymond's dad passed away as an up-and-coming boxer, and Gus took them in when both their parents had passed away. D.L. McQueen storms out of the gym and Megan stays, respecting their decision to carry on their own way. She even gives Andre some cheeky insights on his opponent for his next fight, and she's right as to helping Andre win. Andre wins thanks to Megan's advice. He keeps winning fights and he's getting people's attention. So too does Isaac Frost. Then there's a late night in the gym. Andre is confronted by D.L. McQueen and he's all alone. He says that Andre's father agreed to working with him and keeping Gus as manager the night before he passed away, never having the chance to tell Gus about it, and offers Andre the same deal. He mentions that he can bring Andre and his brother Raymond to the top. Again, Andre refuses, not appreciating the fact that he's doing this behind Gus's back, and he tells him to back away. DL storms off angrily, sarcastically wishing Andre luck in his next fight, but he has a feeling it's not going to be his night. Round 5 in the Alvarez fight, Andre's clearly winning, but the cards for all 3 judges say otherwise, so he has no choice but to knock Alvarez out, and in the final round, he does so, going 11-0. The next night, while closing up at the gym, Andre is confronted by 2 goons, both armed with guns. They try to beat him up, and Dre manages to wrestle the gun off one of them, but gets knocked down by the other. The goons reveal themselves to be dirty cops on McQueen's payroll, and frame Bishop with his prints on one of the guns. So the verdict is in. Convicted of assaulting 2 police officers and for carrying an unlicensed firearm, sentenced to 5 years in prison. His dreams, his freedom, all taken away in an instant. Flash forward again to the events of the start of the film. Andre is still injured and in a cast from the neo-Nazi beating he took in the shower. So he decided to train as hard as he could, refusing to let prison beat him down. And this dude bulks the fuck up. He continues to fight skinheads in bare-knuckle competitions around the jail, and he beats them within inches of their life. And we can see Andre is different now. He's got a look in his eyes, like a lack of fear, like all he wants to do is fight. Sometimes he fights back-to-back fights and still wins. Until one day, he gets a visit from his brother Raymond, and he's pissed off. He's heard that Ray signed for DL McQueen. Raymond tells him the same story DL told Andre about their dad that one night at the gym. Ray wanting the fame and fortune and not really seeing what Andre saw. Ray reveals that he fired Gus, believing that only DL is the one that can give him the shot at the heavyweight title. So Andre walks out on him.
It's like that, Dre. It's like that.
In jail, Isaac Frost becomes the undefeated world heavyweight champion. Raymond was making tracks as an up-and-coming boxer, and Gus retired from boxing training. And then finally, after 5 years, Andre was released from jail. Luckily enough, Raymond got him a job as an assistant trainer at the old gym. DL visits the gym with the guy that framed Andre, letting him know his place. And at this point, he's just happy to be back in the gym, teaching Megan how to box, and by box, I mean, well, you know what I mean. A bit steamy, I mean, come on. He's been in jail for 5 years at this point. He's practically salivating. Some of Ray's sparring partners start acting out of line, going low and playing dirty against him. Andre gets insulted while speaking up about it, so he decides to glove up.
Get out of the ring, Raymond.
Dre, what you doing?
Raymond, get out of the ring.
And whoops them in quick fashion, and it's fucking sick to see these bullies get knocked out. Megan finds out about this and sees that Andre's bulked up to heavyweight, and he starts whipping heavyweights for fun in the gym. Megan thinks Andre can make a comeback under her management, and initially he's skeptical because of her ties to DL. She tells him she's cut ties with him, citing philosophical differences. And so Andre agrees to come out of retirement to give boxing one last shot, and then Gus surprises him with coming back as manager out of retirement too. Here we go. She organises his first pro fight back in 5 years since jail, and he wins in quick fashion. Back in the gym, she's visibly upset about what happened to Andre. She knows that he was set up, but she just can't prove it yet. But she knows what kind of man Andre is, and what kind of man DL is too. His next fight comes and he breaks his hand during the fight. Instead of giving up, he takes matters into his own hands, so to speak, and knocks his opponent out with his other hand. Isaac Frost, now the undefeated heavyweight champ, seems visibly frustrated about people keep pressing and talking about Andre Bishop the entire time, and things are starting to get tense between the two. In an interview, they ask Frost who's the better fighter between Andre and his brother Raymond, and he says Andre is, though Andre's all washed up now. And this pisses Raymond off, because now they're both heavyweight contenders. So with Ray under DL's management, he calls a meeting between Andre and Raymond. Raymond's disappointed. He thinks Andre's stolen his thunder and is always seen in the shadow of his big brother. So he asks to fight him, to prove himself. Reluctantly, Andre agrees, with the winner receiving a heavyweight title shot against Isaac Frost. The fight starts, and for the first time ever, his head's not in this fight.
What's going on, kid? You look like crap out there! I mean, let's pick it up, okay? He might be your little brother, one-handed punch. And he's gonna put you on your ass if you're not careful.
I've been Big Baby Bishop ever since you wanted to go, man. I never had a chance to be anything else. Never even had a chance to be my own man.
The guilt of stealing his brother's thunder is taking over him. He's unfocused. He looks disheveled in the corner after the first round. Then, in the second round, he gets knocked down by Raymond. He's rocked, but he seems okay. But for some reason, he's not getting up. The ref counts to 10, and it's over. Gus is disappointed. Andre looks defeated, and Raymond gets a title shot against Isaac Frost. In their fight, Frost beats the living shit out of Raymond, a brutal knockout in the first round. Raymond gets knocked out cold, fracturing his skull and forcing him into a retirement. In an interview, Isaac Frost is remorseless, humiliating Raymond in a post-match interview. Now, Andre has his purpose and he's focused. He tells Megan to tell DL that he can have anything he wants, just get him in the ring with Isaac Frost. Megan meets with DL to arrange their fight, but he refuses, saying he doesn't want the same tragedy to happen to two family members. Upon leaving, she sets up a voice recording with her phone in the office while he's distracted. And as Franco, one of McQueen's goons, escorts Megan out, she tells him that DL's letting him go down for setting up Andre Bishop. And he looks visibly shaken, but initially he says he's got no idea what she's talking about, showing herself out. Franco rushes to DL's room and confesses that Andre's conviction was an inside job. Megan comes back in, revealing her phone recorded their entire conversation, thus forcing DL's hand to set up the fight that we've all wanted. And now, it's set. Andre Bishop versus Isaac Frost for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is what it all leads up to. Frost insults Bishop at the beginning, spitting in his gloves and insulting Raymond. It stirs Andre, but it doesn't affect him too much. Andre's strategy is to frustrate Frost, who's never been past the 10th round in any of his fights. All of his fights have ended with him knocking out the other guy. And it's looking good for Bishop, and he's tiring Frost. But then in the 9th round, Andre gets busted open badly by Isaac Frost. If the cut opens up some more, the referee could call the fight off, and it might end his chances. Dre defends hard for 3 rounds to protect the cut during the breaks so his team can work on stopping the bleeding. And it works. And now it's time. 12th rounds. It's Andre's fight. Time to use all the pain, all the struggle he's been through, take the fight to Frost and win. 2 minutes into the final round, Andre knocks Frost with a mean right hook. It knocks Isaac Frost down for the first and only time in his career. Frost can't answer the 10 count. Finally, painfully, Andre Bishop becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. He gets a hug from Gus, from Raymond, and amidst the celebrations, DL puts on a face and congratulates Andre. He goes, "I knew you could do it, Andre. I'm proud of you. I hope we can work together now." Andre looks to him and says, "Oh, I'd love to, Mr. McQueen, but you might have trouble running things from the penitentiary." Cuts to Franco being arrested by the FBI. DL had no idea who McQueen was fucking with. DL pisses his pants and runs out of the ring. Not really, but maybe that might be fun. Who knows? And then while celebrating, Andre and Megan kiss. And that's it. We get the Roots playing to finish it up. My God, let's end scene. I mean, I first picked up this game shortly after I watched, I think it was the first Creed film around that time in cinemas. And I thought about taking up boxing and thinking, how hard could it be? I could be heavyweight champion. Then I told my brother and he beat the shit out of me. And so I had to change my dreams a little bit. Started getting good with computers. But on the whole, Fight Night Champion is just a super fun game to play. And the story mode is the cherry on top. It made me hyper invested in the Andre Bishop story the first night I played it. And I spent a good 4 or 5 hours completing the story mode just to see how it ended. As far as the soundtrack goes, it's another layup. It's an easy bucket to play in cinemas. The story mode has The Fire by The Roots baked into it. In some of the cutscenes, there's bits of the song that comes out, which in itself is an amazing track that fits like a glove to boxing as a whole. I mean, it's just a fucking good song. In the cutscenes, it's teased quite a bit until Bishop's triumphant win at the end, where the full song blares out just before the end credits play. The tension rises up to that point, and I'm pretty sure Andre's walkout song is like a symphony version to The Fire by The Roots. To be a Hollywood hit, this story just needs a few tweaks here and there to cut for time. I mean, in the champion mode, there's some fights and training sequences we might be able to cut out or at least put into a montage. I mean, boxing films are one of the few genres that can get away with this and still the film can look great.
I love
Rocky IV.
Then as far as casting goes, this would be relatively straightforward, honestly. For Andre Bishop, you need someone who's relatively stoic and solid with a quiet sort of charisma. So I'd probably cast John David Washington as Andre Bishop. I really liked him as a protagonist in Tenet, even though I couldn't fucking hear him half the time.
You've known me for years.
And I think he'd put in work for this character. For Andre's brother Raymond, you need something with a bit of a larger presence on screen. Probably someone like a John Boyega, so we can really put over the jealous brother subplot of the film. I think he would be a great casting choice if you have him bulk up a little bit, make him do some fighting sequences, make him look like he's got the technique. Isaac Frost is the easiest casting choice. You've got to fucking have Randy Orton for this. I mean, Isaac Frost was literally inspired by a combination of the Viper and Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. Plus, right now, he's bulked up massively.
Is unbelievable.
And he's in the best shape of his life. For the love of God, we need to give Randy Orton his flowers, and then he can rekindle his feud with John Cena.
Of course I can fucking read.
Then for the McQueens, I'd probably cast the voice actor of Megan in a live role. Her name's Eliza Dushku. Loved her voice acting in this, and she looks like she'd play Megan well, but also I saw that she's now retired, so if not her, I'd probably cast Nina Dobrev in this. For my final choice of the main cast, this would be a pipe dream, but for DL McQueen, I would cast Bryan Cranston. I mean, he really is one of the greatest actors of all time. He is just one of the best ever villains that's portrayed on a big screen. Crucially, though, I wouldn't necessarily announce him in trailers or anything like that. I'd have his appearance a secret, like they did with Matt Damon in Interstellar. I think to have your biggest name as a surprise would be sick to see in a cinema. Might not show up well in the box office numbers, but pipe dream. I guess my point of the video is that if you look hard enough, you can find Hollywood caliber stories anywhere you look. It's a little bit dark, yes, but it's a hopeful story that shares a pretty unique perspective and triumph through tragedy. And I think that can be really well received as long as it carves its own path separate to franchises like the Rocky films. Only thing is you wouldn't really have a sequel to this. You'd keep this as a standalone. It doesn't really need anything more. Partially because I fried my brain getting excited writing the script for the video, and I'm really much all out of ideas. But hey, I'm interested in what you think. Let me know in the comments if you'd see this if it came out in cinemas. See ya.